Ever walked into a building and just felt everything was right? It feels safe, it's accessible, it's smart. Well, that is definitely not an accident. There's this hidden educational system that's supposed to make it all happen. But what if that system is actually broken? That's what we're going to dive into. I mean, think about it. The architects and designers behind our buildings, they don't just graduate and then that's it, they're done learning. No way. There's this entire ongoing educational system that works behind the scenes to keep them totally up to date on everything. We're talking fire safety, accessibility, you name it. The whole goal is to protect the public. But the real question is it working like it should? The key to this whole system is something called a continuing education unit, or a CEU. Honestly, the best way to think of it is like mandatory homework for licensed professionals. To keep their license to practice, architects and designers have to earn these credits every single year. And they're focused on topics that directly impact public health, safety, and welfare, or HSW for short. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not optional. So where does this education actually come from? Well, it's not like there's one single school. It's more like a whole ecosystem of courses and providers, and they're all designed to keep these pros on the absolute cutting edge of building science and safety. And look, this isn't just some casual learning. For a course to even count, it has to be officially accredited by a governing body. Then designers have to log a specific number of hours every year. So if you're an interior designer in Texas, for example, you've got to get 12 hours of this HSW-focused training annually. And the topics are critical stuff. We're talking barrier-free design for accessibility or sustainable design for our own health and the planet's. Okay, so on paper, this all sounds great, right? A system to keep everyone sharp and the public safe. But in practice, well, the traditional model is, let's just say it's broken, and it's creating major headaches for pretty much everyone involved. Let's just lay out the pain points here. For the manufacturers trying to provide the training, just getting one course approved can take months of bureaucratic hassle. And for the designers who have to sit through them, a lot of the time the courses are just dry, boring, and feel totally irrelevant. On top of all that, the whole process is manual. Think spreadsheets for attendance, paper certificates. There's no way to see if any of this training actually leads to anything. It's just a huge, disconnected effort for everybody. And this right here, this quote just hits the nail on the head. This is the core problem from the designer's perspective. They are required to take these courses, but way too many of them feel exactly like this, a thinly veiled sales pitch. And that just erodes all the trust and turns what should be a learning opportunity into a total waste of time. All right, so if the old way is a mess, what's the solution? Well, there's a new model that basically flips the whole script. It turns this frustrating requirement into a powerful engine for real education and, get this, measurable results. Let's just put these two approaches side by side, okay? The old way was slow and bogged down in red tape. The new way, it's fast and efficient. The old content was salesy and kind of sneaky. The new content is genuinely educational. It puts health, safety, and welfare topics first. The old process was manual and totally disconnected. The new one, it's data-driven and integrated. But the biggest difference, the real game changer, the new model goes from having zero measurable return on investment to directly tying education to the sales pipeline. And this new model is all about speed. I mean, check this out. Instead of taking months and months, it can deliver a fully developed, on-brand, and fully accredited course in just 2 weeks. It kicks off with an audit and strategy session, then jumps into a 1-week design sprint, and boom, by day 14, that course is ready to go. Okay, so how does this new system actually connect learning to business results? I mean, how do you track that? It all comes down to a really clear, repeatable framework. It's called the Learn to Spec Loop, and it's pretty brilliant, actually. It starts when a designer attends a really high-quality course, and because it was so valuable, they decide to engage more, maybe with a workshop or a demo. That leads them to request product samples. Pretty soon, a potential project is on the radar, and then comes the big goal. The manufacturer's product gets specified, which means it's officially written right into the project's blueprints. And the most crucial part, every single step is tracked. This is a total game changer, because it fundamentally changes what you're even measuring. We're not just counting how many people showed up anymore. Now, we're tracking real business metrics. How many meetings got set up after the course? How many product samples were requested? What's the dollar value of the projects that came out of it? And the bottom line, how much actual revenue was influenced by this one educational session? But look, this is so much bigger than just a smarter marketing strategy. This shift has real, tangible consequences for every single one of us every time we walk into a building. When designers get top-notch education on these HSW topics, the buildings we all use get better. It's that simple. Better training in barrier-free design means real, true accessibility for people with disabilities. Better training in sustainable design means healthier indoor air for us all to breathe. And better education on fire-safe design and materials? That literally saves lives. And just to put a number on it, remember, this isn't a one-and-done thing. A designer in a state like Texas needs to get 12 hours of this critical training every single year. That's exactly why an effective, efficient educational system isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential for our public safety and well-being. And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? When you create a system that proves education actually leads to business, you create this incredible incentive. Suddenly, manufacturers are motivated to produce truly excellent, useful, non-promotional courses. Designers win because they get valuable knowledge they need, and we, the public, win the most because that knowledge gets used to build the spaces we all live and work in every single day. So that leaves us with this one big question to chew on. In a world that's so tired of aggressive ads and sales pitches, maybe, just maybe, the most effective way to build a business isn't to sell it all, but to teach.